Fam, what is going on? It is Kyle Henderson of Bama Football on YouTube. Thank you so much for joining me today on the program. Today is Friday, September 27th, and it is 2 p.m., all right? And look, we got the guest picker is Miss Terry Saban. All right, the call line is immediately open, 205-850-1994. Call in and give me your score prediction as we do score predictions on Friday. I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you so much for joining me today on Friday. Dressed up a little bit. I had a doctor's appointment. I had some other meetings that I had attend. So, I appreciate it. Yeah, I can dress up a little bit. Feels good. No hat. Feeling good. Feeling nice. Got the workout in. Feeling good. Let's go. Can I get a roll tide? Look, I've been talking about this for a long time. And I know I'm not the only one that came up with this. But I was saying Miss Terry would be the perfect addition to college game day. And so I'm at this meeting, right? And I look at my phone and I'm like, excuse me, miss, what's your name? No. I'm like, I have to cut a video because Miss Terry Saban has been announced as the game day guest picker. So just really amazing. Look, I've met Miss Terry a couple different times. I want to highlight her. I want to honor her for just a minute while we get the show warmed up. Remember, call line open, 205-850-1994. I want to get your score predictions today right here on Bama Football on YouTube. First time I met Miss Terry Saban was after a Coach Saban press conference. So I'm sitting there in the media room, and I offered her a piece of gum, right? And she kindly took it, and she said, thank you. That was like my first interaction. The second time is I went to go watch her give back to the community here of Tuscaloosa. And I think you always hear like behind a great man is an even, better woman. I mean, that's why I'm pushing for her to have some sort of plaque, some sort of statue. I don't know, because Miss Terry Saban is it. And what she did for the community here in Tuscaloosa. So I go to this event where she honors teachers, right, and is giving back to the community. And every single year, because she used to be a high school teacher, she felt it so important to give back to the community. And, kind of the lasting impact that she's able to make here in Tuscaloosa, people won't forget that, right? I mean, wins and losses and everything that Coach Saban did, people are going to remember that. But I guarantee you there's a ton of people that remember how Miss Terry treated them, and how she conducts herself as a woman, as a lady, as a leader here in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. And I asked her this. I was like, Miss Terry, why is it important for you to give back? And she was like, growing up in West Virginia, we didn't have much. But our family, they always gave. Like my grandma, her grandma gave, and she explained it in a way that made sense. And kind of that's where their giving philanthropy comes in. And, I respect that. And then you look at what the Sabans are doing here in Tuscaloosa with the Saban Center coming through. I mean, it's going to be amazing. So, and on top of that, Nick's Kids Foundation, what they've been able to do, Habitat for Humanity. I believe they've built 19 homes here in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. I was a part of one Habitat for Humanity project this year, actually, and it was really amazing. It's something that I'd probably be interested to, continue to do every single year. So we honor Miss Terry Saban as she is the game day guest picker. I love it. And, man, she is quite the lady. And I can't wait to see her up with Coach Saban. Right? Like those two next to each other, that's going to be perfect TV because, you're giving out your game day picks. She's going to roll tide. Are you kidding me? And Coach Saban, he better roll tide too. There's zero chance that he is picking the Georgia Bulldogs. And I know he predicted Georgia and Texas to meet in the SEC title game. But that's reverse rat poison. Coach Saban, who he's pulling for. He's roll tiding. All right. We got our first call. And so you call in, how our Friday show works, all right? You call in, give me your score prediction and your game MVP. Call in line is 205-850-1994. I appreciate you guys being patient today. Show's a little bit later, but we still got 104 on. If we could get 104 thumbs up, that would be amazing. And here we go. Let's do it right now. We got a 678 calling in. Oh, actually, the 678 hung up, so call in line is open. I think when you look to this game, I mean, it's going to be absolutely fantastic. This was actually from yesterday, the forecast, but it's still the same. I think the game day for the tailgate, I didn't have time to update the graphics today, but 77 for game day, and that'll be absolutely perfect for the tailgate. And I think kickoff is 77 as well. So North Alabama Storm Chaser is someone who I became friends with, and they sent me the graphics, and now I do the weather. The hurricane, for those that were impacted by the hurricane, I have a buddy in Tuscaloosa, and they said that and a buddy in Tallahassee, and he said that they dodged a bullet. So, thoughts and prayers. I know, look, I always give Florida State, this and that because of football, but like on the real, I understand that there's people that live in that area, and I can't even imagine going through a storm like this one was. So if you were affected by it, let us know how we can help you. And, even if it's just praying for you and your family, no matter what you're going through, we got you. So let us know. And we, thoughts and prayers to everybody in the Southeast. All right, let's take a 205. Hey, good afternoon. You're on the line with Kyle Henderson. Who am I on the line with, and where are you calling in from? Hello, are you there?
Yeah, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you, man. What's going on? Who am I on the line with, and where are you calling in from?
Yes, sir. This is Chris calling from Birmingham.
Chris, what's up, man? I appreciate you being here, man. Welcome on in.
Yeah, man, roll tide. I'm just giving my score prediction, man, and I'm going to let you go. I think we're going to do about 21-28 Bama. Then we're going to pull it on through in the second half. I think they may get started. I think both teams are going to get started pretty strong and go back and forth a little bit. But I think we're going to pull the win out. Yeah,
I appreciate it. What about your MVP?
Oh, yeah, okay, let me do that. So the MVP on offense, well, overall, I think it's going to be, man, Milroe. I think he's going to have his game, man. I think he's going to, go ahead and show what he can do in totality. But on defense, man, I'm going with Keon Saab for 1 interception.
Keon Saab, 1 interception. All right, yeah, we'll lock it in. But I appreciate the call in, man. Thanks for calling in, and we'll catch up with you next time, man. See ya.
Thanks, man. Roll Tide.
All right, roll Tide. Let's see. 3 lines. I do have the lines open. Are the lines reading busy? Hey, we got a super chat in from Mario Gates for $50, man. Prayers for everyone affected by the hurricane. Score prediction 31-27. Roll Tide. Love the content. I appreciate you, Mario. Thank you so much. Are you guys running into issues with the call-in line? I see the call-in line, is open on my end. So keep trying to call in. The call-in line number is 205-850-1994. Just pick up your cell phone and call into the show. I appreciate you guys being here. When you look to who's coming into town, I'm sure you guys have gone to your recruiting sites, right? There's so many good ones out there, no matter who you're choosing, no matter who you're rolling with. You have even some elite basketball talent that will be in town. And I thought it was interesting to hear Coach Nate Oates talking yesterday. He's like, look, you want to come out here, see the basketball program, okay, and not just come to see a football game. But, understanding that football is a part of the fabric of Tuscaloosa. Let's see. It looks like we might be having an issue with the call-in line. Are we? Has somebody tried to call in and have a busy signal? Yes or no? Have you guys tried to call in? Somebody call in the call-in line, because the call-in line isn't popping on this side. All right, let's try it one more time. All right, give me 1 second. I'll be right back. 2 seconds. We'll go to a quick commercial. I'll be back in 2 seconds.
Thank you for calling Kyle Henderson Call-In Show. Caller ID authorized as a host. Welcome, host. You are now in the host room and can manage your callers from the call-in studio web interface.
How about that? Can you guys now call in? I've tried to update the call-in line, 205-850-1994. It says that there's room So I'm not sure what is going on the call-in line. So because we just had that 678 call through. So I'm not sure what is going on. I talked about my 10 reasons. So you guys just keep trying to call in. I'm not sure what's happening. Sometimes things happen and you're like, what is going on? And I've given out my cell phone before. I have you guys just call my phone, but that's probably not a good idea. Just try to keep calling in for the next few minutes. Let's see if I can figure something out. I appreciate. Oh, see, we got a 251 who just called in. Hey, what's going on? You're on the line with Kyle Henderson. Who am I on the line with, and where you calling in from?
What's going on, man? It's Jimmy Baker, but I'm actually in Tuscaloosa right now.
Hey, Jimmy Baker, what's up, man? I appreciate you being here. Welcome to T-Town, man. I hope you're having a good Friday. The weather's fantastic. It should be even better for tomorrow, man. So welcome on into the score prediction show. Your take on this game, and then give me a score prediction. Go ahead.
So my take on this game would be Bama has the edge. So the only, as far as defensive or offensive scheme that either side knows is we know how Georgia's going to play Milroe on defense. That's I don't know if they really can change anything up from last year. So we basically got them right where we want them. But however, what my main question was going to be Saban Brown. It seems like every other team has targeted him throughout the first three games. Do you think UGA is going to try to target him a little bit? And my score prediction would be 31-24 Alabama.
31-24 Alabama. Yeah, I've seen a lot of scores like that. I mean, getting to Saban Brown. So if you're out there and you don't know the players as familiar as you're probably going to learn as we move on, Saban Brown is a freshman corner here at the University of Alabama who's played in over 140 snaps and has done a good job against the quarterbacks that he's gone against. Now, with that said, we all know that this secondary has not been challenged, right? I mean, we know this because of, the football that we've watched. Carson Beck is a really good quarterback, and I'm curious to see what type of pressure that Alabama can get against him, and I think that will kind of go into the storyline of the game that we read the headlines on Sunday. Saban Brown, look, I think this isn't the national title game. Right? Like, whatever happens in this game, it's not the title game, but still, it's like there's a lot at stake because I promise you, when we start getting to this 12-team format and you look to the score, the outcome of this game, I promise you this is going to be, one of the games that everybody looks back on in terms of, what was the outcome in Tuscaloosa. So, yeah, I think Saban Brown will be challenged. I think Red Morgan will be challenged. I love this stat that I have on the board right here. This is my favorite stat, is the third down defense has been crazy. So, they've had 8 third downs that go for first downs against 49 attempts, which is just phenomenal. Love that stat. Anything else? You got like a game MVP for me?
Yeah, game MVP is going to be Jalen Milroe. I think he takes the top off of Georgia. I think he throws for over 250 and runs for over 150.
Oh, I love that. I mean, Milroe slicing up. And that was kind of my number one reason when I looked at this game. Why would Alabama beat Georgia? And I think it is because of Jalen Milroe. I mean, in my opinion, and I continue to ride with this kid, man. I mean, he was able to beat Georgia last year when he didn't have his best passing game downfield. The deep ball against Georgia was not there, and that might be the case on Saturday. But guess what? This offense has allowed him to run the football. They've come up with creative designs for Jalen Milroe to run the actual football. So I'm curious to see 150 yards. That would be absolutely wild. So we'll see if it happens, man. But I appreciate you calling in. Thanks again so much, and roll tide to you.
Hey, roll tide. Y'all have a good one. Enjoy the weekend.
Yeah, you too, man. Jimmy Baker up in town, man. That's what's up in T-Town. All right, we have, let's see, call line is open. I thought we had just a couple calls, and it looked like one of them bounced out. So the call line is open, 205-850-1994. Kyle Henderson at Bama Football on YouTube. Yeah, when I was kind of running it back and looking at, why this team would beat the Georgia Bulldogs, I think it does come down to Jalen Milroe. I don't know if he runs for 150 yards or, whatever the stats are. But, man, you have a game like this. Heisman voters are watching this, which doesn't necessarily matter. But I think for Jalen Milroe himself, I think there's still a lot of naysayers out there that don't believe in this kid. I mean, if you're not an Alabama fan, you probably don't believe in him, which is fine. He'll prove you wrong. on Saturday or the rest of the season. I mean, when you look at his efficiency and what he's been able to do moving the football, it's been really fun to watch. 205-850-1994. If you missed it somehow out there, Miss Terry is the game day picker, which is absolutely amazing. We love our Miss Terry. She is a part of the Tuscaloosa fabric, and to see her up on the podium tomorrow is going to be amazing. So, and I'm sure you saw this, and like I said, I didn't have a chance to update the graphics, but Justice Terry is not coming to Tuscaloosa tomorrow. His game, which is supposed to be tonight on Friday, now he's the 5-star out of Georgia. Because of the storm, it got pushed to Saturday. Therefore, he's not going to be able to make the game. But he will come back at another point in time, which is great news. And I feel for the kid because, you look to a game like this, you want to come here, you want to be a part of this game, but he'll come back. It sucks for the kid. 256, you're up. Hey, what's going on? You're on the line with Kyle Henderson? Yeah, who am I on the line with and where are you calling in from?
Bama Prize coming in from Huntsville.
What's up, man? I appreciate you joining the show, man. Give me your score prediction.
I say Bama 31, Georgia 24. I think it could be a lot. I think Bama could win by 10 or 14, but just considering it's Georgia, I think it'll be close.
Yeah, what are you kind of looking at when you look to this game, like storylines that you're following?
Well, when you watch the Bama-Georgia matchups, it always comes down to the trenches. If you win the trenches, you win the game. And I think Bama going to win the trenches because Tate Ratledge for Georgia's out and Mikael Williams for Georgia's also out on the O-line and D-line. So I think Bama will take advantage of that, take advantage in the run game for Bama. And I think it's going to come down to that matchup, and I think that's how Bama wins. No,
I love it, man. Good context, man, because I think when I look to this game as well, Tate Ratledge, who's Georgia's starting right guard, he's missing this game. And I've been saying this a couple days this week. Imagine if Alabama wasn't playing with Tyler Booker, Jaden Roberts, we'd be sweating, right? So I think when you look to this game, that offensive line – could be, suspect to Alabama getting pressure, which they need to against Carson Beck. Let me ask you, do you think this is the week that we see pressure from Jahad Campbell and Deontay Lawson up the middle?
Oh, yeah, they're gonna feast the whole game. In my opinion, I have respect for Kirby Smart in Georgia, but in my respectful opinion, I think Carson Beck's overrated. He don't got no Brock Bowers or Ladd McConkey, and tomorrow night and Denny, I think it's gonna show for real.
Yeah, and give me your game MVP. Jimmy Baker is going with 150 for Milroe and 250 through the air. Who's your game MVP?
It's obviously Jalen Milroe. He's just too good.
And I asked this yesterday on YouTube Shorts. I was working on my graphic game, and I did this on Facebook as well. I asked everybody, do you think Ryan Williams catches a touchdown tomorrow against Georgia?
Oh, yeah, I comment on that easily.
Yeah, all right. So we got a touchdown. Okay, sound off inside the comment box, and we have the undefeated here. Do you think that Ryan Williams will catch a touchdown pass against Georgia? Yes or no right now? Ryan Williams, touchdown pass against Georgia, yes or no? All right, give me one more thing that you're watching, man, before I move to my next caller.
Well, how about you give me something to talk about, because I don't know what to say.
All right, okay. Well, how about this, man? I mean, when you look to this game, and I like that, do you think that what do you think of this Alabama secondary? Because that is something that I'm certainly watching. Like, I'm watching Xavier Brown. I'm watching Damani Jackson. These guys have not been challenged yet. Your thoughts? Go ahead, man.
Honestly, I think South Florida challenged us. There's 4 or 5, maybe 6 deep balls away from the score being a little different. Wisconsin missed 2 deep ball touchdowns, so we can't. So Carson Beck, but one of his strengths is short pass and medium passes, which is great for us because we defend well. But when it comes to deep passes, I mean, he ain't bad at it, but it ain't his bread and butter like it is for Milroe. So I know Georgia ain't gonna take a lot of deep shots. He might take 1 or 2 with Arian Smith. I think that's another player to watch out for Georgia. And the big game for Georgia these last 2 or 3 years, he's always made at least one big play. And I think they're going to try to get him involved a little, try to get Georgia some big plays. But when it comes down to it, I think Bama's just better. Georgia, one thing Bama did about Georgia didn't do is get healthy, missing 2 key starters for Georgia. And I just think I don't know if Georgia, and it's in Bryant-Denny in prime time with 100,000. It's a new coach for Bama. And I just don't think Georgia has enough they have enough talent to overcome it, but I just don't think they're gonna be able to overcome it. And I think Bama's gonna win.
Dude, I love the breakdown. How old are you, by the way?
13.
Dude, this guy is the next Kyle Henderson on YouTube right here, man. You're absolutely killing it, man. You want an internship or something like that? Hit me up, man. You got the gift, man. I could feel it, man. Definitely some really good insight. Hit me up, man. Always look. I got a son who is 15, and he's he loves football and stuff like that. But you got the gift, man. Keep doing your thing. You have a hell of a breakdown, man. Call in again next time, all right?
I appreciate it, man.
All right, man.
Tide.
Roll Tide to you. Dude, this guy, he's amazing. Yo, he's absolutely legit, 100%. I'm telling you, yo, he's breaking it down. Yo, he might have to, during the summertime, if I go on a vacation or something like that, you might see that young man stepping up to the plate. We can get him a summer internship. All right, 865, let's do it. Hey, you're on the line with Kyle Henderson. Angel, what's up, man? I appreciate you being here, man. Welcome on in the show. Take it away, man. Come with it.
First and foremost, I am okay. I'm okay from like the stuff with the flooding and everything. I'm good.
Yeah. Oh, so
But
yeah, because I saw where the storm. I mean, it was going all the way up to Virginia. So give us kind of lay of the land, because Angel's in Pigeon Forge. So the storm, did it impact Pigeon Forge? Give us a skinny on that.
Yeah. It basically hit some small roads and they're underwater right now. But right now, I'm okay for now.
Okay.
We've already evacuated people, and it's been really good, man. My house is fine, so I'm not dead, so I'm alive to live another day.
Oh, good, man.
All
right, Angel.
But I want to get to this Georgia game, actually. So I believe Alabama's defense will step up to the plate against Carson Beck. Carson Beck hasn't played anybody in a while, and I believe Keanu Colt will be one of the players that steps up in this game defensively and gets Carson Beck to the ground. Because they're going to try and triple team LT Overton, because from what we saw in the Wisconsin game, they're going to try and triple team him. So I believe Keanu Colt will get there to the quarterback pretty simple and easy. He's just that good. Because I asked Coach DeWarp that question on the Hey Coach show, and he told me he's doing pretty good. They're both different players, but they blended very well together. So
hey, so did this call into Coach Caitlin DeBoer go better than the first time you called in?
Yes. I was nervous, man.
It's all right, man. No, I'm proud of you. Good call. Yeah.
But, hey, I'm happy that I went really well. You answered my question. But I believe Keanu Colt will probably be the breakout player of this game on the defensive side of the ball. Because, they can't stop him and LT at the same time. They got to figure it out.
No, you can't.
And, you can't stop him. And also with I believe Keon Sabb will have a big night in this game. And I really do believe that, because him and Malachi Moore go very well together. I'm not thinking about Caleb Downs anymore. Mm-hmm. He's just an afterthought.
I know. That's the crazy thing is now, Keon Sabb came in and he's having this absolutely amazing season. So certainly killing it. So, yeah, Angel, anything else, man, on this game before I move to my 910?
Yes, I'm going to give my score prediction. I believe it'll probably be 45-25.
45-25. Ooh, okay. All right. Yeah, so, man, you're taking a lot of the points. All right, Angel. I appreciate you so much, man. Stay safe. Let us know what you need, man. Angel from Pigeon Forge. I appreciate the call, man. Take it easy.
Roll Tide, man.
Roll Tide to you, man. All right, that's my boy Angel, one of our fellow callers. Yo, in series 910, you're up next. And honestly, thoughts and prayers to everybody that's been impacted. Now being a part of the Southeast fabric, and living here, I understand the severity of the storms. I didn't grow up with storms like this. The storms out here are absolutely the real deal. So if you've been impacted by it, stay safe. Let us know what you need. Thoughts and prayers out. 910, let's do it. Hey, you're on the line with Kyle Henderson. Who am I on the line with, and where are you calling in from?
Hey, Kyle, this is Christian. I'm originally from Texas, but I got my North Carolina phone number. But yeah, man, prayers out to my people out in Florida, man. I hope everybody that was involved in it, y'all are good, and things are gonna get better soon. So once that weather clears up,
we're out in Texas.
So I'm actually in San Antonio.
Oh, okay.
I'm actually right now I'm actually in California for work. So
okay.
I'm a professional model and stuff like that, so they got me out.
Are you serious? That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
Professional model calling in, man. That's what's up. Yo, San Antonio, you know where Converse Judson is, right? That's some good high school football there,
Yeah,
or at least there used to be.
I actually lived over in that area.
Yeah.
Right now we're over in the Shirts, like Cibolo area, where Cibolo Steel and all that is.
Okay, yeah. That's what's up, man.
So, they're kind of the new powerhouse of San Antonio. So
all right,
be on
man.
the lookout for Still High School.
That's right, man. Well, welcome on into the call-in show, man. What's your score prediction? Come with it, man.
So my score prediction, I actually feel like the first half, I think is going to be close. I mean, it's obviously Georgia. They're going to be talented from front to back. But I think the big difference, and I think we're actually starting to see Alabama succeed a little bit more. I think Jalen Milroe is a little bit hungry. I think we're going to actually see him start to use his checkdowns a little bit more, use his tight ends a little bit more, run when he needs to, hit his running backs out the backfield when he needs to. And then, when that draws that defense up, I think eventually he'll end up hitting them deep with, Cody Prentice, Kendrick Law, hopefully Ryan Williams, of course. And then I just think, man, our defense, even though we don't have a lot of experience in that secondary because we have a lot of freshmen playing, I just think the cohesiveness of this group, man, I think we'll be able to get those third down stops when they matter. And from then on out, man, I just kind of feel like Alabama's going to get the ball rolling. Once you can get that defense off the field in 3 and out, you get that offense on the field, control the clock, hit them big shots, get that running game going. I think Alabama's going to be pretty hard to stop in that second half. So my score prediction is going to actually end up being Alabama 33, Georgia 17.
Christian, let me ask you a question, man. Who do you think the pressure's on more on this game, Alabama or Georgia?
Personally speaking, I feel like it's Georgia.
Yeah.
I understand Georgia's had a lot of success in the past, but a lot of that has come from either Alabama being hurt or just not having to play Georgia. I think Alabama has Georgia's number. I think we'll continue to have Georgia's number. I think even though Nick Saban isn't there, y'all are crazy if y'all don't think he isn't talking to Kane Womack the entire time and what Georgia likes to do and how to stop that run game, how to make sure Carson Beck is uncomfortable in the pocket. And I don't believe Georgia has I don't believe they have the deep threat that they used to have, where like the big tight end. I know they have Delt, but I don't think he's as good as what's his name? The other tight end that they had last year.
Bowers, yeah, Brock Bowers, yeah.
Yeah,
and,
Brock Bowers.
And they do have, a couple guys that he could certainly spread the football to. I think the Alabama wide receivers are better than the Georgia wide receivers. I just don't think that anyone has pressured Carson Beck. I mean, just like nobody has challenged Alabama's secondary, the same thing. Nobody has come at Carson Beck this season. I love this statistic. It is the number 2 reason why I felt Alabama beats Georgia, and that's Kalen DeBoer's scheme. In his previous 14 matchups against ranked competition, Kalen DeBoer is 12-2. Of note, DeBoer is 4-1 when matched up against top 10 teams. Now, Kane Womack's talking to Nick Saban, and Kirby Smart is talking to Dan Lanning. Dan Lanning's like, yo, I don't know, man. I haven't beaten Kalen DeBoer myself, so I don't know what I could tell you.
Well, I think that's the crazy part about it. The only person you can really talk to is Steve Sarkisian, and they're going to have to play Steve Sarkisian, so he don't want to talk to him at all. So, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I really just I believe Alabama at home. I think last year Texas loss was a wake-up call to Alabama and the fans. Now they're like, all right, we need to bring our A game because we don't want to repeat of last year.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely, man. Well, Christian, thank you so much for calling in the show, man. I appreciate it. Stay safe as you travel, and hit us up again, man, or join us tomorrow for the watch along, man. We appreciate you.
Oh man, I'm already gonna be watching.
All right, man. Take it easy, man. All right, my boy Christian, San Antonio to California. We got different area codes. So hit me up, 205-850-1994. Kyle Henderson, Bama Football on YouTube. I appreciate you guys being here, supporting the product, for being patient with me today as I, had to push back my show a little bit. I had a doctor's appointment and then some other things that I had to take care of today. So thank you so much. Dressed up a little bit today, which is cool. Every time I get to put on a little blazer, get a little bit more energy. I'm rolling with. I know I'm not drinking as many Red Bulls as I used to, but sometimes you got to get on the bull a little bit. today is Friday. Let my hair down a little bit. Tomorrow's the game. Last night, Dak Prescott came through with it a little bit on my fantasy football team, so feeling good. Mario Gates in with the 50 spot, so taking care of us. I appreciate you guys so much. And one of the reasons that I think Alabama, call line is open, by the way, 205-850-1994. One of the reasons, an additional reason that I feel that Alabama comes with it is the home field advantage. And I love this stat as well. Alabama boasts the best all-time home winning record in college football with 841, right? Since 2008. I love this. The Tide is 15-1 in SEC home openers. Now I get it. This is Georgia. Last year they lost to Texas, who's now in the SEC. But still, I mean, what a welcome for Coach Kalen DeBoer. Yo, look, Coach Kalen DeBoer comes in, he takes care of Georgia as his first SEC game. Man, they'll be starting to, because right now is the honeymoon. I mean, every single thing that has been going on, 205, I see you. I'll get to you in a second. But like this stadium, you know what I really appreciated about Alabama football fans is how they supported Coach Kalen DeBoer during A-Day. What do you have, 75,000 out there? Washington Stadium only has 72,000. So for a spring football game, they have really welcomed him, and he's done a really good job. Like, I don't know, it just fits. And I love how everything is going, and this stadium will absolutely be challenged. It will be an absolutely loud environment. It'll be challenging. The fans understand Georgia, and they understand crowd loud. Like, this place, this is the place to be in the country tomorrow is Tuscaloosa, Alabama. All right, 205, let's do it. I appreciate you calling in. You're on line with Kyle Henderson. Who am I on line with, and where are you calling in from?
D Kid from Pell City, Alabama.
All right, man. What'd you say your first name was?
D.
What's up, man? Come with it. Go ahead.
I just want to say, like, these people saying that that Kalen DeBoer, like, he's not going to live up to standard. I just want to tell him, like, he's been at all these other schools that's been, like, I know they're small schools and all, but their talent, like, it might not have been up to par, but he's at Bama now, and he has better talent. So I feel like he's going to do better with better talent and win bigger games with Bama that he couldn't win at the small schools.
Yeah, that's a good point. Another point that I like is the fact that Coach Kalen DeBoer sent 10 guys into the NFL from Washington. Right now, he coached those guys up, and now look at how many is he going to send from Alabama next year? I mean, Coach Saban sent 10 as well. And I think that Coach Kalen DeBoer being 49, I think he'll be 50 in October this next month. Man, he's just kind of scratching the surface in terms of how good of a coach he's going to be. Give me your score prediction for tomorrow's game between Alabama and Georgia.
I got Bama probably 30-24.
30-24
I
tomorrow.
got Bama though.
And what about your MVP?
Jalen Milroe for sure.
Jalen Milroe
and
for sure.
I feel like Kendrick Law is like this is going to be his breakout game.
Oh, that's a good question to ask the undefeated. All right, undefeated. Do you think that tomorrow on Saturday is Kendrick Law's breakout game? Yes or no for Kendrick Law? Yes or no for his breakout game tomorrow? Anything else you want to hit on the game for tomorrow, man?
Not right now. Roll Tide.
All right, Roll Tide to you, man. All right, appreciate you calling in. My good buddy Toby out in Leeds, he texts me his score prediction. So Toby, if you're out there and you're watching the show, Toby is our biggest fan from Leeds, Alabama, right? You probably know of Toby. We've talked about him before. We featured him on the show. Toby has it. He has it like this. Toby don't play. Toby has it Alabama 43, Georgia 15. So Toby going hard in the paint with the Alabama Crimson Tide. I think tomorrow, calling lines open, by the way, 205-850-1994. I feel getting pressure on Carson Beck is imperative for tomorrow's game. I think it'll dictate the outcome of the game. I really do. With Tate Ratledge, as we were talking about with our young man who called in earlier, Tate Ratledge being out, I think you send interior pressure. I really do. I think you have a strong showing from LT Overton. Q-Rob maybe comes through with it. I don't know, but I just feel that pressure on Carson Beck is something that he hasn't faced this year, and I think Alabama will certainly get to him tomorrow. And as I said, this third down defense has to be, on point. tomorrow, and I think they will be. Look, while I'm nervous about Alabama's corners, I am nervous about the corners. Until I see them go against Carson Beck, I'm a little bit nervous. I'm not nervous about the safeties, like the back end safeties, the top safeties, right? Malachi Moore and Keon Sabb. Devontae Smith, he's been steady as well. But, like, I'm not sweating Malachi Moore or Keon. Like, those guys are coming with it. Those guys are elite, right? 205, let's do it. Hey, thanks for calling in. You're on the line with Kyle Henderson. Who am I on the line with and where are you calling in from?
Kyle, what's up, man? This is Jason. I'm calling in from Birmingham, Alabama.
Jason, what's up, man? I hope you're having a good Friday, man. Thank you so much for joining the show, man. Come with it, Jason.
Absolutely. I love the show, man. You do a bang-up job on this.
Thanks,
and I just want to say, in the callers that you have, you got a lot of good things happening here, Kyle. Hope you keep that going. But
thanks, bro.
What I wanted to call in and say was I'm kind of seeing this a little bit different, this Alabama-Georgia game, than some of the other callers.
Okay.
I see this as both teams are going to come out, and it's going to be tight. I think that putting the ball in the air is going to be risky for both teams. And I think you're going to see a running game. I think that both sides will show the running game. And if it comes down to that, with what Georgia's missing on the offensive line, Bama's going to have chances to really gash them up, which is going to open up the passing game once they suck in the secondary and kind of make some movements. But I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. I'm looking for it to be one of these 20-17 type of situations. What do you think?
Yeah, I really haven't even come up with my score prediction myself. I'm kind of thinking about it as we get to the later end of the show. And I'm curious to see if Alabama can run the football effectively against Georgia. This 1-2 punch is really amazing. I think, along with Ohio State, this is the most potent running back room in the country, right? Jam Miller, Justice Haynes, each of those guys averaging, 9.1 yards per carry. On the other side, you have another very talented running back in Travis Etienne, who I think is ultra talented as well. I would imagine that there's some big plays from the running backs, and I think if Alabama has to sustain drives, which they really haven't had to do this year, they can do it with these guys. I don't know. I think the point total, Jarvis, what is it at? Like 53.5 for the game tomorrow, like total points? So that kind of puts us, at, I don't know, a 27-20 type game, something like that. I think it might be a little less scoring, and I think that you might have a little bit more time of possession where you do have sustained drives, but I don't know. Alabama's been able to score lightning quick. I would imagine they could do it against anybody, so I guess we'll have to see. Who's your game MVP for tomorrow?
Well, I think it's going to be Jalen Milroe because I think that the play action and him being able to run off play action when they've been doing so much running is going to be devastating. When Georgia tries to match up man-to-man and try to really, go straight on him. And the reason, the thing that we have to remember is that Alabama does not have an advantage with speed. Georgia's got speed. We're going to have a hard time running, east and west, but we got to run north and south right at them. And so I think Jalen's going to do a good job of kind of dictating how all that goes. The one thing that we really need to look out for, turnovers, putting the ball on the ground. Too much of that going on, something that really needs to be focused on because Georgia's the type of team, if their defensive boys get a handle on that ball, it could be 6,
Yeah. Someone said inside the comment box, DeAndre Washington says, Kalen DeBoer in a houndstooth hat looks like a young Bear Bryant. You know what? That's not bad. I'll have to see it, kind of mocked up, but that's pretty good.
Yes. Yeah, and Coach DeBoer, I know that one of the other callers said that he's coached at smaller schools. Yes, he has. And, Washington, maybe the competition wasn't all that great. But the thing that I like about Coach DeBoer, which I think he's shown already, is that he really understands. He understands the totality of everything that's happening on both sides of the ball and special teams and kind of how important possessions are. He's good with time management. I think that he kind of gets that. So, I look for this to be a really good coaching matchup between Kirby, and Kirby doesn't know Coach DeBoer.
Yes.
So this is going to be there's going to be an unfamiliarity about the two sides here, and I think the pressure is all on Georgia. Bama, I think we can come out and play kind of loose. If Georgia messes around, Kirby's he's going to have to deal with a whole lot of that. Is it that you can't beat Alabama, or is it that you can't beat Nick Saban type of situation? So there's a lot of pressure, highly pressurized situation. So I'm interested to see how it turns out.
Here's a couple key matchups. I'll just run them through, and you let me know which is most interesting to you. Jason, right? You got Georgia offensive line versus Alabama's pass rush. I've talked about the importance of getting pass rush. I also mentioned Carson Beck versus Alabama's secondary. I put Jalen Milroe versus Georgia's entire defense. I mean, imagine trying to game plan for Jalen Milroe. Good luck with that. How about this one? Alabama's offensive line versus Georgia's pass rush. And I started thinking about it. I was like, man, like all eyes are going to be on Elijah Pritchett, right? Like, does Alabama have a right tackle issue? Well, I don't know. I mean, Wisconsin, they not really a gauge, but South Florida certainly ate Alabama up, and I get it. It was welcome for me, but we will find out if Alabama has a tackle problem at the right tackle position if Georgia is able to go after Elijah Pritchett. So I'm certainly watching him. Jason, go ahead, man.
Yeah, this game, it really, for Alabama, it breaks down to the RO line versus Georgia's pass rush. Being able to protect Milroe, that's going to keep the fumbles down. It's going to keep the turnovers down. There's going to be a situation where if they're able to maintain a pocket, that's going to open up big plays, especially if we've been running the ball a whole lot. Georgia's defense and their defensive line, the way that they run their pass rush and all the different packages that Kirby uses, it's incredible. It's crazy to see how versatile they have their play calling built around the kind of players that they have. That's going to, I mean, there's no team really that's going to be able to handle that 100%. I think Alabama just has to mitigate the bad plays and maximize the good plays.
Ooh, I love that. All right, Jason, I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much for calling in.
Thanks, Kyle.
All right, take it easy. That was a good call. I appreciate it, Jason. 251, you're up next. Hang tight. Kyle Henderson, Bama Football on YouTube, 205-850-1994. Efron, the traffic here in Tuscaloosa, it's been bad since like Tuesday. In fact, yesterday, so if you're in Tuscaloosa, Jimmy Baker, if you're out there, try to go to Antojitos. It's one of the best. It is the best Mexican place to eat here, period, right? The owners are from Mexico City. Get the pichangua. It's basically a thinly marinated chicken that is outstanding. They also have pozole on Friday. Today's Friday. I don't think I'll go back down there because the traffic's crazy. Maybe I'll ask T if she's around to pick up some of it. But what I'm saying is the traffic is definitely heavy. In fact, there's a couple places where the big RVs come and park, or the fifth wheels, and those parking lots, they park for game days, and they're absolutely packed since Wednesday. Those lots were already full. So the influx of people into Tuscaloosa is packed. I live out by Lake Tuscaloosa. And, so once you get out here, you kind of get away from the traffic, but it doesn't take me but 10 minutes to get into the city, and it's absolutely crowded. 251, you're up next. Hey, what's going on? You're on the line with Kyle Henderson. Welcome to the show. Who am I on the line with, and where are you calling in from?
What's going on, bro? My name's Matt. This is Matt from Mobile.
Matt, what's up, man? I appreciate you calling in from L.A. Thank you so much, man. First of all,
I don't even care about Alabama football. I just want to see Kendrick Law.
Are you okay from how are do we have any storms down in like the Mobile area? Were you guys like impacted at all?
Oh, we got so lucky. I'm in Mobile. We didn't get any fans or rain or anything.
Yeah. Okay. Good. All right.
So yeah, but appreciate you asking.
Cool. Okay. So Kendrick Law. I was asking everybody, and Surfer Boy, I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. So Kendrick Law is such an interesting player to me because, the last couple of years, I guess we've been, talking about him, looking forward to what type of production he can do, even giving him comparisons to like a Deebo Samuel. It hasn't been that because he didn't even have 200 yards last year. He only has one reception this year for 22 yards, which was a touchdown. I don't know. I mean, do we see him more tomorrow? I would imagine so, but Matt, go ahead, man. Give me your take.
Yeah, I don't know why I get drawn to certain players. Kendrick Law is just one of those guys. It's like every time he gets the ball, I get excited. And it just seems like he just can't break through or whatnot. But if he's really that awesome without the ball, and he's like the best blocker that like ever existed. I mean, and he makes Alabama just a better team.
Mm-hmm.
And that if you have him out there blocking, that whoever's behind him is going to be really successful. If that's how we use Kendrick Law and it wins us a national championship, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, so.
Yeah, and that's the thing, too.
But I would love to see him get like 10 touches. I'd love to see him return every kickoff and punt. And I mean, I want to see him get the ball every play. So, I mean, I'm biased. I love watching Kendrick Law play. I want to see him break out. But I'm an Alabama fan first, and my score prediction also tomorrow. And I've been pretty spot on my score predictions so far this year. I'm going 38-17, Bama.
38-17, Bama. All right, and then is your MVP Kendrick Law, or do you have another MVP?
No. Yeah, it's Kendrick Law, and then my second choice is Kendrick Law.
All right. Yeah. Give me one more storyline that you're watching in this game outside of Kendrick Law or your score prediction.
I think the Alabama defense, and what I also thought was interesting is our secondary statistically, which we thought was going to be the weakest part of the team, has been the strongest part of the team.
Mm-hmm.
So our pass defense, and so I think we're going to shut Georgia down. I think that'll be the surprise is that you know, we hold Georgia to like 14, 17 points.
Yeah.
But and we go out there and just score on their defense and make their defense look bad. That's what I think is going to happen.
All right, Matt. I appreciate you calling in, man. Thank you so much for calling in from down in Mobile, man. Appreciate you.
All right, brother.
All right,
Have a
man.
good one.
Take it easy. All right, we got a 843 coming in next right here on Bama Football on YouTube. Hey, welcome to the show. You're on the line with Kyle Henderson. Who am I on the line with, and where are you calling in from?
Hey, Kyle, this is Les from Somerville. We haven't talked since the Parker Brailsford thing got popular.
Yeah, Les, what's up,
Way
man?
back.
Yeah. Is it Wes or Les, like with a W?
Les.
All right, Les.
No,
all
with
right.
an L.
Okay, like Georgia, take the L tomorrow. Okay. Les, what's up, man? I appreciate you calling in from Somerville, man. Come with it, man. Welcome to the show.
Yeah. Hey, just a couple of things. Score prediction, I'm going to go 38-35. I think it's going to be tight just because Georgia's Georgia.
Sure.
But, you know, everybody's talking about Kalen DeBoer not being experienced and only coaching at small schools. The man has beat Lanning and Sarkisian.
Mm-hmm.
We couldn't beat Sarkisian when we played him.
Mm-hmm.
So why can't he beat Kirby?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, seriously, I just that excites me. I think just as much as the talent we have.
Yeah. I mean, you look, you know, at Coach Kalen DeBoer in big time games. He's really come with it. I think he's 4-1 against teams that are ranked in the sides of the top 10. Plus, I just think that, you know, this home crowd and with the weapons that Kalen DeBoer has on offense, I think the team that's going to be able to beat Alabama, if one exists out there, I don't know, maybe another big offense like Texas, I just don't think that Georgia has the offense to beat Alabama's offense if you look at that. But I don't know. You have the statistics up here on the screen. I mean, in ATN, he's only played in 2 games. He didn't play in one because he was suspended the first game of the season. I don't know. I think Alabama just has too much big play abilities, you know, for most of the teams in college football. What else you got, Les? Come with it, man.
And if you think they haven't been holding back on some of the stuff they're doing,
yes, yep.
Kendrick Law would be an upset young man. Mm-hmm. If he didn't know that something was getting ready to pull, you know, that rabbit was getting ready to come out of that hat.
And I was thinking about this too. I mean,
you're too good a player,
and you're seeing what's happening, Les. And I don't know if this happens at Alabama or it could happen anywhere. But you saw what happened with Barry Alexander, and we talked about that yesterday. You're not entitled to anything, right? But now these players, they can be like, "Hey, I'm not happy with the playing time. I'm redshirting, and you know, I'm entering the transfer portal." I hope that doesn't happen here. I don't like that exists in college football because I think that you have to work for every single thing that you obtain. I've always had that mindset. I don't like the play me because I'm here mentality. I think it makes everything soft. And hopefully, and look, you know what? Nick Sheridan pointed out a great piece. Like, Kendrick Law has been utilized in this offense, whether he has the football or not. I mean, he's been making some great blocks downfield, but I promise you, like, a Kendrick Law wants the ball. Right, receivers want the ball.
Oh yeah.
So and he has the ability to make plays. But when you have a freshman like Ryan Williams, I mean, what are you going to do? Tell him to stop catching touchdown passes? You're going to tell right? You're going to tell Jaylen Milroe to run out of bounds? You got to let these guys eat. What other players are you watching on Saturday against Georgia?
I really just feel like they sandbagged the tight ends. I think that Cuevas, Dupree, and even Robbie Oots are going to come out big time in this game.
You know what? That pass from the play design, remember, because you had two tight ends on the right side, right? So you had one tight end kind of come over as like a seam, which left Josh Cuevas absolutely wide open. And he caught that touchdown pass, a beautiful pass by Jalen Milroe. I think they could be. I mean, look, they haven't utilized C.J. Dupree at all yet. And, I'd like to see a little Robbie Oots inside the red zone. Don't get me wrong. Anything else, Les?
No, man, you have a great day, and I appreciate what you do.
All right, man, take it easy. That's Les calling in from Somerville. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Yeah, fam, I'm excited. Thank you very much for being here today on Bama Football on YouTube. I had to push my call-in show a little bit further back today. I had some things that I had to take care of, which is uncommon because my goal coming into this year is always consistency, right? We always talk about consistency and performance. That's something that I even myself am working on. So if I'm not at 9 a.m. or 10 a.m., like I got something else going on that is really important. So I appreciate you guys understanding that in my delivery. I always try to give every single show from my heart and my soul. And most importantly, I am a father first. And then I'm, I got other things. And of course, I'm a YouTube content creator. And I appreciate you guys allowing me to do this. This is my livelihood. Like, I get by because of you guys. So every single thing, like my graphics, I handcraft every single graphic, and I want to make sure that you guys have best audio and that you guys have a really good experience. And I'm always reading the feedback. So thank you very much for being here. I know there's a lot of different YouTube channels. Please support them all. In your recruiting sites, I mean, honestly, like there's so many people doing an amazing job, and this is your time to shine. Like, we cover Alabama football. It is a privilege. It is an honor, and I appreciate you guys rocking with me today right here on Bama Football on YouTube. Here's how tomorrow is going to work. 30 minutes before kickoff time, I will be live taking your calls, doing a little pregame show, and then we will dive into our watch along. So I'll be watching the game with you guys, talking, laughing, having fun during the game. Those of you that have been around before, it's a watch along. We have a lot of fun, and I really appreciate you guys and look forward to it tomorrow. You guys enjoy yourself. Miss Terry is the game day picker. Yo, if you're out in Tuscaloosa, let your hair down. Go have fun. Be responsible. Take care of yourself. Enjoy this beautiful thing we call life. And enjoy your Alabama Crimson Tide tomorrow, taking on the Georgia Bulldogs. I'm going to give my score prediction. Hey, Bama Mike in with the last-minute $5 bill, man. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Yeah, I had to bust out the blazer today. I feel good. Looks feel good. I'm going to go with let's give me Alabama 31 and take Georgia at 17. 31-17. Write it down. Keep the receipts. Alabama 31, Georgia 17 tomorrow at Bryant-Denny Stadium on Nick Saban Field. My goodness. No, I cannot wait for Miss Terry to be the game day picker. I can't wait. I'm super, super excited. I love it. I love you guys. Those of you in the Southeast, we're praying for you. Stay safe and know that we are thinking, our thoughts and prayers are with everybody that has been impacted by the storm. Be safe. Be good. Enjoy yourself. I appreciate you guys. Jamal, I love having you here, man. Jamal's a Georgia fan. We love you, man. Have it. Bama Mike, 31-17. Book it. Kyle Henderson, Bama Football on YouTube. Can I get Roll Tide? I love you, fam. Thank you so much. I'll catch you soon right here on Bama Football on YouTube. Hey, and remember to follow us on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, is Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all the places. I love you, fam. Take it easy.